Sharif Mohammed.
What if we were all told from birth exactly who and what we are? Self-image is everything. Your identity is the remedy, faith, self-esteem, and the knowledge of God and self. Human existence is deeply intertwined with the concepts of self-esteem and faith, two principles that are inextricably linked. Self-esteem begins with a foundational knowledge of self, while faith requires trust in God. Yet, a lack of trust in God often mirrors a lack of trust in oneself, both stemming from a lack of knowledge. This lack of understanding not only disconnects individuals from their inherent worth and divine nature, but also shackles them with fear and self-doubt, preventing them from reaching their full potential. Self-esteem is rooted in the recognition of one's lineage, circumstances, and experiences. As the ancient saying goes, "Know thyself." In the scriptures we are reminded of this truth. "I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well." Psalm 139:14. This verse emphasizes the intrinsic value and divinity within every individual. To know oneself is to recognize the spark of the Creator within, a truth that societal systems and religious teachings often overlook. Modern systems frequently teach individuals to see themselves as separate from God, fostering a sense of inadequacy. This disconnect from divine identity leads to a cycle of fear and self-doubt, reinforcing the belief that one is incapable of achieving great things. However, Jesus himself dispelled this illusion, proclaiming, "Is it not written in your law, I have said you are gods?" John 10:34. Here, Christ reminds us of our divine heritage, calling us to embrace our inherent power and worth. Faith is the antidote to fear, but faith itself requires trust. Trust in God and, by extension, trust in oneself. The Bible teaches, without faith it is impossible to please Him, for he who comes to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. Hebrews 11:6. Faith is not blind, it is built on knowledge and experience. Trust in God flows naturally when one understands His nature and His promises. Yet, many struggle to trust God because they lack the necessary self-knowledge to see their reflection in Him. As Genesis 1:27 states, "So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God He created them. Male and female He created them." If humans are made in God's image, then doubting oneself is, in essence, doubting God's creation. To trust in God is to trust in the divine image within us, a concept that is foundational to self-esteem. Fear thrives in the absence of trust. It is the primary force that holds individuals back from stepping into their God-given destinies. Jesus spoke of the power of faith, declaring, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Matthew 17:20. This passage reveals that fear is not a natural state. It is a learned response, often rooted in ignorance of both God and self. When one understands their divine origin and purpose, fear diminishes. As Paul wrote, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear but of power and of love and of a sound mind." 2 Timothy 1:7. Faith, coupled with self-esteem, empowers individuals to overcome challenges, trust the process, and embrace the life designed for them by the Creator. The journey to overcome fear and reclaim self-esteem begins with reconnecting to God and rediscovering oneself. This involves unlearning the false teachings that separate humanity from divinity and embracing the truth of our shared essence with the Creator. As Hosea 4:6 warns, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Ignorance of God and self perpetuates fear and limits one's ability to trust." Rediscovering this connection restores not only faith but also self-esteem. It reveals that every challenge faced is part of a divine plan to shape, refine, and elevate us. With this perspective, fear becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Faith and self-esteem are two sides of the same coin, both requiring a deep knowledge of God and oneself. Trust in God is trust in the divine image within, and a lack of either stems from ignorance. By reconnecting with the Creator and embracing our inherent worth, we can overcome fear, step into our destinies, and live boldly as reflections of the divine. As Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." This is the path to freedom, growth, and fulfillment. Like, share, and follow for more. Link in bio.